Hello students, I am Grishma Dalal from Faculty of Pharmacy, Dr. Subhash Technical Campus. In pharmaceutical engineering, we are going to focus on flow of heat or heat transfer. This is 1.1. So let us go through what are the basic of heat transfer. Heat is a form of energy. According to the principles of thermodynamics, whenever a physical or chemical transformation occurs, heat flows into or leaves the system. You need to understand this very carefully. According to the principles of thermodynamics, you might have studied about thermodynamics in your physics. Whenever a physical or chemical transformation occurs, heat flows. Either heat will flow inside the system or heat will leave the system. A number of sources of heat are used in industrial scale operations. Steam and electric power are the chief sources. Remember this, steam and electric power are the chief sources that are used in industry scale. Now let us go through some of the applications. The first application is in evaporation. Although evaporation is considered to be a different unit operation, you need to understand that heat is also applied in evaporation. Heat is supplied in order to convert a liquid into a vapor, right? Which is subsequently removed, which you can remove the vapor. This process is used for preparing vegetable extracts. A construction similar to shell and tube heat exchanger is employed in evaporator, which you will study in the coming chapter. The heat flow can be quantified so as to estimate the efficiency of the process. So now do you get the how heat is used inside evaporation? When you apply heat, then in order to convert a liquid into vapor, the main focus in evaporation is what? To convert a liquid into vapor. That is why you will require heat, and which you can use it very carefully here. The second application is in distillation. Heat is supplied to a liquid mixture for converting the liquid into vapor so that the individual vapor component are condensed at another place. In case of steam distillation, steam will be in direct contact with the material. So distillation is also one of the major unit operations which is performed, and also it is the most important one. Why? Because you get the pure product at the end of the practical. In distillation, if you don't apply heat, then your mixture will not boil and you will not get pure separated product. Heat is supplied to liquid mixture for converting the liquid into vapor so that individual vapor are condensed at different places, right? So you need to understand this chapter also, which you will be having in your syllabus. Now here I already talked about steam distillation. In steam distillation, this is the one example in which the steam, which is used as a source of heat, will be in direct contact with the material so that the distillation is faster. Next is drying. In the process of drying or production of tablet, heat is passed through a carrier gas over a bed of wet solid mass for achieving drying. In case of spray drying, heat is supplied to the solution and suspension, as in case of production of milk product, right? So drying is also again one of the most important parameter. In the production of tablet, heat is passed through a carrier gas over a bed of wet solid mass for achieving drying. In case of spray drying, heat is supplied to solution and suspension, right? Now, next is crystallization. Saturated solution is heated to bring about supersaturation. Have you performed the practicals of crystallization? If you have not, then you will soon perform and realize the value of heat. Saturated solution, when you heat the saturated solution, it will bring supersaturation, which will result into crystallization of the drug. On the hand, Removal of heat from a saturated solution also facilitate crystallization, as in case of purification of bulk drug. So sometimes removal of heat from a saturated can also help you for purifying of bulk drugs. Next and the last is sterilization. For sterilization of pharmaceuticals, autoclaves are used with steam as a heating medium. These are really very famous. Dry heat is used for the sterilization of glass apparatus and other containers. In addition, a number of other processes such as boiling, sublimation and fusion also are used as heat. So, these were the applications. If you see practically in laboratory, there are number of equipment that will have heat inside them, or you will use heat as a source, like air ovens, incubators, dryers, refrigerators. Or if you go on further on industrial scale, then you have some equipment you will need to apply heat, or in some equipment you will need to remove the heat and prevent heat loss. The basic principle involved in heat transfer are understood properly for maintenance and efficient working of the equipment. So if you want to focus and have a good equipment, then it is a must that you understand what are the basics of heat mechanism. So the next topic is but obvious mechanisms of heat flow. How does heat flow works? Let us see. Heat flows from a region of high temperature to a region of low temperature. You need to get this concept very clear and set it in your mind that whenever there is a high temperature, the heat will always flow from high temperature to a region of low temperature. Why is that? So that there will be a balance between both the regions, high temperature region and low temperature region. To understand this further, there are basic three mechanisms like number 1 conduction, number 2 convection and number 3 radiation. These three are the most important basic mechanisms of heat flow which you will study in detail in this heat transfer chapter. So please pay attention. Also keep on studying on your own. So first of all, we are going to study about conduction. Conduction is a process in which heat flow in a body is achieved by the transfer of the momentum of individual atoms or molecule without mixing. I repeat, conduction is a process in which heat will flow in a body is achieved by transfer of momentum of individual atom or molecule without mixing. Without mixing means here you are not applying any force, right? Like external force, external mixing, you are not applying anything. But because of the individual atoms or molecules that are present, there will be a transfer of momentum, and that's how heat will be transferred into the whole body. Like if I want to give you an example, think about in your practical life when you keep water on boiling on a gas in a container. It may be steel, tin or aluminium, right? So when you keep water for boiling, are you mixing it? No, you are not applying any external pressure or external force, right? So here is another example. Flow of heat through metal shell of a boiler takes place by conduction as far as solid ball or shell is considered. Flow of heat through a metal shell of a boiler. In boiler, you don't mix or you don't apply any external pressure, right? Flow of heat occurs naturally, right? No mixing is involved. Next is convection, a process in which heat flow is achieved by actual mixing of warmer portion with cooler portion of the same material. Here, actual portions will mix together. You have to imagine two layers. one warm portion and one cool portion. Now just imagine in 3D in your mind that both the portions are getting mixed up, right? That process is known as convection. For example, heating of water by hot surface is mainly considered convection. You can consider the example that I gave you in conduction, where the main focus was the container, but here it is the surface, and which will create hot region and cold region. Convection currents of air are set up almost daily in atmosphere. Next is radiation. A energy transfer process in which heat flows through space by means of electromagnetic waves. For example, a black surface absorbs most of the radiation received by it. Have you seen this? You must have experienced it by your own way, right? When you wear something black or any black surface, that absorbs most of the radiation and it becomes heated more. This is nothing but energy transfer process via space by electromagnetic waves which you cannot see by your bare eyes or naked eye. Simultaneously, the absorbed energy is quantitatively transformed into heat. As I mentioned, you must have must have noticed on your own that whenever you wear something black cloth, or if you have any material that is black like your bag that is black in color, it will absorb more radiation and it will soon get heat up, right? So that is nothing but an energy transfer process which is known as radiation. Thank you so much. We will continue about heat transfer in our coming videos, so stay tuned. Thank you.